You're listening to the Happy Tracks podcast. In this episode, you'll discover how to tap into your fierceness and feminine flow to access your inner power. This is an episode every woman needs to hear. Stay tuned.
Hey, I'm Taylor, founder of the travel blog Taylor's Tracks, personal development junkie, and pursuer of happiness. I help women have breakthrough experiences so that you can live a happier and healthier life that is so good you won't need a vacation from it. I believe that happiness is an inside job, so this podcast is dedicated to delivering weekly actionable tips that combine spirituality, personal development, and well-being practices that will help you live your best life, find pure joy every day, and realize your true power. Are you ready to meet your best self? Let's get started. This is the Happy Tracks podcast.
Hello, beautiful souls. I am so thrilled to deliver this podcast to you this week because the fierce feminine is really something that encompasses everything that I preach, everything that you hear me talk about, all the previous episodes that you've listened to, and anything that you see me posting on Facebook or on Instagram. Fierce feminine is just the perfect combination, the ideal combination of masculine and feminine energies that come together that allow you to truly access your inner power. And I know inner power is a bit of a buzz term that you hear a lot. And your inner power is really just, it's your one chakra, your solar plexus is really what it is. It's working on using that one chakra to really dig in and get to know yourself and access this fiery energy that pushes you and motivates you. But also, because that's the fierce part of it, but it's also very important to be able to step back, receive, and surrender and be in your feminine. The balance of the two, the sacred masculine and the sacred feminine. When you are truly able to balance both of those energies, or when you really begin to understand life, is when you truly connect to yourself. It's there that you find your ultimate power. And I titled this episode Rise of the Fierce Feminine because it is becoming ever more popular these days for women to step up, to become leaders. And though we are not totally on par with how men are received right now, we're getting there. So the fierce feminine are the women who are paving the way for all of us to be able to be fierce without being seen as angry. For us to be feminine without being seen as weak. And the fierce feminine is just as important for men as it is for women. And though I'm specifically talking to women here, know that as women, it is part of our responsibility to teach this to men. We can't sit back and wait for men to understand and wait for men to step to the side and allow us to walk down the red carpets to all of the things that they have access to. We have to push and claw and pull our way in a little bit. And we can do that through educating ourselves, through being a role model for other women, and for showing men how it's freaking done. So fierce feminine is something that maybe scares you or intimidates you a little bit, but you want to know more. That's okay. That's okay. It can be a little bit intimidating to want to step into your power, but it can also be so liberating. Maybe you hear fierce feminine and you're like, fuck yeah, I need this in my life. You're the woman who has this passion, maybe a little bit of anger as well, which is okay too, and who just wants to use it for some good in the world, to be able to help and benefit yourself as well as others. That's what the fierce feminine is. And the rise of the fierce feminine is helping other women do that too. Helping us be equal with men all around the world. Especially as women who are living in Western countries. We're so lucky. We are so lucky with where we live and how we have the opportunities to be able to listen to these podcasts, even though these podcasts you can access all across the world. Thank you, iTunes, for that. We're so lucky to live in a place where we can, or we have so much room to grow and to really step up, and we have a chance to be equal. Though, no, it's not always as easy for us as it is for men. There is a whole long line of patriarchy that is dismantling right now. And the rise of the fierce feminine is helping do that. So if we women in Western countries can be the role models for women in other countries where women are still oppressed, oh my God, how magical, how cool is that? The rise of the fierce feminine is encouraging women to step into their power, to be themselves, to stop doing what society has told them for decades, sometimes centuries, to do or not to do. Women who were in their power, women who knew how to tap into themselves and listen to their truths, in the olden days were witches, and they were burned. Thank God we don't live in those times anymore. Now we live in a time where we can speak up, where we're given the tools and resources to do that. That is the fierce feminine. It's not stepping fully into our feminine energy and just letting things happen and fully surrendering to receive. Yes, that is part of the fierce feminine, but it's not all of it. It's not just pushing and doing either. That's too masculine. It's a combination of the both. It's learning to understand yourself on such a deep level that you allow yourself to just be with who you are. It's allowing yourself to feel worthy without doing. It's allowing yourself to go and get whatever the hell it is you want and do whatever it takes and not feel guilty about it. That is the fierce feminine. And the rise of the fierce feminine is happening now. So you have a choice if you want to be a part of it. If you want to cultivate the courage and the confidence to be who you truly are, to access your voice, to be the sexy and in touch woman who also can get what she wants without a question, without guilt. You have a choice if you want to be the fierce feminine woman and be a role model and help encourage other women to do the same, or if you maybe want to step to the side and stay with how things are. But let me ask you, are you okay with how things are? Are you okay with women being paid less than men on average? Are you okay being told to stay at home and be a housewife? Not that there's anything wrong with that. The fierce feminine is about tapping into what your truth is. And if your truth is staying at home and taking care of kids and raising a large family, let it be that. But let you also not judge the woman who wants to go out and build an incredible freaking career because that's her truth. Being the fierce feminine, tapping into that, is about embracing all of womanhood. And that looks different for each and every woman. It's about empowering not only yourself, but other women as well. Because we're a team. As much as you can do on your own, you do need other women in your life. And the more that we work together, the stronger and faster the rise of the fierce feminine is going to be. So, why am I talking about this week? Why am I pulling this all together now? Because I think it's damn time women started stepping up. And through my own time in personal development and spirituality and really getting in touch with myself and having these deep conversations, my soul told me this is what I need to help women do. So now I'm here to help do that. Fierce Feminine is the name of my one-on-one coaching program that is now officially open for enrollment. So first, I would like to share a quote with you before I dive in even more. And this quote, it just hit home so much for me, and I want to see if it does for you as well. And that's, women are the greatest untapped natural resource on this planet. How does that feel for you? Now I'm blanking on the name of the woman whose quote this is, but it's from the book Pussy, which is absolutely fantastic. If you haven't read it, I will link it in the show notes. It's so good, and just a book that really called to my soul, and I think a staple of what every woman should read. So I'm going to repeat that quote again. Women are the greatest untapped natural resource on this planet. For too long, we have stepped to the side and not listened to ourselves and allowed men to take the lead. It's time we listen to ourselves. It's time we do what's best for ourselves, which in turn will help the greater good. Because when you listen to yourself, when everyone begins listening to themselves and to their truth, that's when we all rise. And it's so damn special. So what is fierce feminine? Who is a woman that embraces her fierce feminine? She's a woman who's confident in her own power and also her ability to just be. She is the ultimate balance of masculine and feminine energies, knowing how and when to tap into both and when to use each as a resource. She is a woman who is empowered and who stands in her power unapologetically. Is that someone that you want to be? Or are you someone who's currently, are you your own biggest critic? Do you feel like there's a disconnect between your drive in your accomplishments? Are you working and pushing and doing and not seeing the results that you want? Are you questioning, when the hell are things going to come together and start working in my favor? I'm working so damn hard. Why isn't this all clicking yet? Are you a perfectionist who is always striving to achieve the most possible? Are you an overthinker who can't stop analyzing what isn't working in your life? Are you someone who feels like what you're doing isn't working, but aren't sure what to do next? Are you lacking the time to put in the work to truly feel empowered? Are you lacking direction of what step to take next to get you to that next level, to get you to the empowered woman, to get you to fully embrace your feminine energy without fully letting go of your masculine? Do you feel like you're always asking yourself, what the fuck is next? What do I need to do next? Where do I need to turn next? Who's gonna tell me the answer? I know these questions because they are all too familiar to me. These were all questions I had for myself before my spiritual awakening. I was working on my travel blog. I was making enough money to live off of it with mostly passive income. And I was like, okay, I did it. What's next? I was 26 years old. I didn't know. I thought I had reached one peak that I wanted to in my life. And I was like, okay, how do I get to the next level? Do I want to get to the next level of this? I started feeling really unfulfilled. I realized that travel blogging was not my true passion. And then I started searching and questioning, what is it that I truly need? And that's when I started getting deep. That's when I reached out for help. That's when I got coaching. That's when I started going to full moon circles. That's when I started embracing spirituality. That's when I started realizing my own inner power. So if any of those resonate with you, I encourage you to ask yourself, do I need help with reaching this? Of being this fierce feminine woman, this empowered woman who can do and be and achieve and get whatever she wants. It's okay to reach out for help. I know I sure as hell didn't want to do it. So my one-on-one coaching is really for the ambitious woman who knows that there is something more for her than what she currently has. It's for the woman who feels like there's something missing from her life, something off, and she can't quite put her finger on it. She can't quite see it or understand it yet. It's for the independent woman who craves a deeper connection with herself and with others. I didn't realize that I craved a deeper connection with myself. I just wanted a deeper connection with people. Oh my God, my body and mind were screaming at me to find a deeper connection with someone, anyone, so I could feel more connected just to other people, because we're freaking human beings. We need that connection. And my traveling was completely disconnecting me and isolating me from those connections. Fierce feminine is for the strong woman who recognizes that she's the only one holding herself back from the extraordinary life that she wants to live. But she doesn't know how to get out of her own way. Not yet. If you decide to join Fierce Feminine, or if you want to leave knowing these things, then Fierce Feminine is 100% for you. Do you want to know how to get of your own way so you can achieve any and all of your dreams, no matter what it is? love, money, work, relationships, health, strength. Any of your dreams are possible when you learn how to tap into your fierce feminine. Are you someone who wants to know how to love and trust yourself so you can stop the inner critic that is ongoing in your head? That inner critic who is always causing a war, who's always got two sides. It's like the angel and devil sitting on your shoulders that never freaking shut up. That constant, oh yeah, okay, I can do this, I got this. But then the next moment saying, who do you think you are? No, you don't. Back off. That's the inner war that I'm talking about. That's the inner critic that I'm talking about. After coaching, you'll know how to get over this, how to get through it, how to use it to your advantage. Do you want to know how to access your inner power so you can own your confidence and be the leader of your life? Do you want to learn how to embrace your feminine energy so you can stop doing so damn much all the time? Stop working so much and forcing and pushing, and instead start to just be and receive effortlessly. How to manifest, basically. Because it's not always hard work and pushing that gets you things. Yeah, it can. But what if you could do things more effortlessly? What if it could be easier to get all the things and dreams that you want? Is that something that you want to know how to do? Do you want to feel loved and accepted by yourself? Not waiting for someone external to give you that validation, but getting it from yourself. Do you want to have a trust so deep with yourself that you never second guess a decision that you make again? Do you want to be happier? Do you want to experience more joy every day? Do you want to feel fulfilled with what you're doing right now without having to make major changes? Do you want to feel at peace with your life and your body and the thoughts in your mind? Do you want to feel completely whole and like you have everything that you need in life right now in this moment, so perfectly and utterly content and whole? If you related to anything that you heard in this podcast, then girl, it is time for you to rise up. It is time for you to join the revolution as women step up and step forward into themselves, into their truth, into their love, and into their power, so that together we can become unstoppable. If you're ready, remember, ready is a lie. If it scares you, but excites you, if it energizes you, but makes you a little nervous, run towards that. That means you're ready. Get uncomfortable to get uncomfortable. Get uncomfortable to rise. You'll become comfortable in a new way. You need this. You need to speak your truth, because that's what you were born and put on this planet to do. Join me as collectively all of us women rise, and you can do so by joining my 12-week one-on-one coaching program. I'm here to help you access your empowerment, your power. I'm here to help you along your journey to realizing your true potential. I'm here to help you feel all of those beautiful high vibe emotions. There is no shame in reaching out and getting help. That's what I'm here for. That's what my purpose is. That's what I believe I was put on this planet to do. And I am so thrilled and honored to help you do that. So reach out, send me an email or a DM on Instagram at Taylor's Tracks. And we can hop on a call to get a little bit more clarity if that's what you need. If this feels like a really big step for you, that's okay. It is. We can talk it out a little bit more. You can ask me any questions. Or if you're ready to sign up, find the link in the show notes. And I cannot wait to schedule our first call. You need this. You need to step into your power and be yourself. The world needs you. The world is finally giving us women the space to rise, to be fierce yet feminine, to fully embrace all of the beautiful emotions that as human beings we're here to experience. So reach out, get in touch, and start the next step. This is your answer that you've been waiting for of what's next on your journey of life. I am so absolutely excited to work with you, and I can't freaking wait to get to know you better and help you rise to be your fiercest, most feminine self, achieve, be, and do anything you freaking want. Because you're so worth it. So freaking worth it. If you have any questions, you can book a call or find more information with the links in the show notes. Message me on Instagram at Taylor's Tracks. And I'm there. I'm always there for you. Reach out. That's it for this episode. I hope this got you so freaking fired up and excited for the rise of fierce feminine. Because girls, we are about to take over the world. I can't even express how good that feels. And remember, you deserve and are so worthy of speaking your truth and standing in your power. The world needs you to do that. Are you ready? Join Fierce Feminine today. Talk soon, you beautiful